What if the blueprint to becoming your strongest, calmest, most unstoppable self was written nearly 2,000 years ago? In a world obsessed with hacks, shortcuts, and overnight success, one man quietly mastered something far more powerful: himself. That man was Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, Stoic philosopher, and author of Meditations, a private journal never meant to be published, yet now considered one of the most powerful guides to personal mastery ever written. He didn't write about becoming famous. He didn't write about getting rich. He wrote about becoming disciplined, resilient, unshakable. In this video, we're breaking down 9 life-changing steps drawn directly from his Stoic wisdom. That will help you master your thoughts, control your emotions, build unstoppable discipline, and become the best version of yourself, no matter the chaos around you. This isn't self-help fluff. This is battle-tested philosophy from a man who led an empire through war, plague, and political turmoil, and still found inner peace. If you're ready to stop reacting to life and start commanding it, let's begin. 1. Begin by governing your mind. Every journey toward becoming your highest self begins in one place: your own mind. Marcus Aurelius taught that your thoughts shape your character, and your character shapes your destiny. External events rush toward you every day, carrying praise, blame, pleasure, and hardship. None of these determine who you are. Your interpretation of them does. When you discipline your thoughts, you reclaim authority over your life. Train yourself to pause before reacting. Examine impressions before accepting them as truth. Ask whether a thought strengthens your integrity or weakens it. With consistent practice, your inner dialogue grows calmer, wiser, and more deliberate. A well-governed mind becomes a fortress no storm can breach. The best version of yourself emerges when your thinking aligns with reason rather than impulse. 2. Accept what you cannot control. Energy drains quickly when spent resisting reality. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that the world unfolds according to forces far greater than individual preference. Weather shifts, people misunderstand, plans collapse, time moves forward without consultation. Resentment toward these truths only multiplies suffering. Strength grows when you distinguish between what lies within your power and what does not. Your effort, your values, your choices remain yours. Outcomes, opinions, and external events do not. Acceptance does not mean passivity. Acceptance means clarity. Once you stop fighting what you cannot command, you free yourself to act powerfully where you can. Serenity follows naturally. The best version of yourself wastes no energy arguing with fate and instead invests fully in purposeful action. 3. Live according to virtue above all. For Marcus Aurelius, virtue stood as the highest good. Wealth fades, status shifts, recognition dissolves, character endures. He described 4 central virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. Wisdom guides decisions with clarity. Courage sustains action despite fear. Justice ensures fairness and compassion toward others. Self-discipline restrains destructive impulses. Each day presents opportunities to practice these qualities. Speak honestly when honesty feels risky. Act fairly when selfishness seems easier. Maintain composure when anger tempts you. Small acts repeated consistently forge a resilient character. When virtue directs your choices, confidence grows naturally because you trust your moral foundation. The best version of yourself does not chase admiration, but earns self-respect through principled living. 4. Embrace discomfort as training. Growth rarely feels comfortable. Marcus Aurelius viewed challenges as exercises designed by life itself. Difficult colleagues strengthen patience. Physical hardship builds endurance. Failure refines humility. Instead of labeling adversity as misfortune, consider it instruction. Muscles develop through resistance. Character develops through trials. When discomfort arrives, ask how it can sharpen your resilience. Lean into constructive hardship rather than fleeing from it. Choose disciplined routines over indulgent habits. Wake early to pursue meaningful goals. Tackle conversations you would rather avoid. Through voluntary discomfort, you prepare for unavoidable difficulty. The best version of yourself sees obstacles as raw material for strength. 5. Remember the brevity of life. Marcus Aurelius reflected often on mortality, not to cultivate fear, but to inspire urgency and clarity. Life moves swiftly, generations rise and fall. Names once celebrated vanish into obscurity. This awareness sharpens priorities. Petty conflicts lose significance. Delayed dreams demand attention. Each morning offers a limited number of hours that will never return. Spend them wisely. Speak words that matter. Perform work that contributes. Offer kindness without hesitation. When you remember that time remains finite, procrastination weakens its grip. Gratitude expands. The best version of yourself acts with purpose because tomorrow holds no guarantee. 6. Serve the greater whole. Human beings exist as parts of a larger organism. Marcus Aurelius compared society to a body in which each individual functions as a limb. Harmony arises when each part fulfills its role. Self-centered ambition fractures that harmony. Contribution strengthens it. Consider how your actions affect family, colleagues, and community. Offer support without keeping score. Listen more than you speak. Seek solutions that benefit more than your own advancement. Service does not diminish personal success. Service deepens it. When your efforts align with collective well-being, meaning intensifies. The best version of yourself understands that personal excellence and social responsibility advance together. 7. Cultivate emotional mastery. Emotions provide information, yet they should not dictate behavior. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about restraining anger, impatience, and envy. Emotional mastery begins with awareness. Notice the first spark of irritation. Observe jealousy without feeding it. Create space between feeling and response. That space grants freedom. Within it, reason can guide action. Suppressed emotion festers. Examined emotion dissolves. Practice responding calmly to provocation. Reframe insults as reflections of others' struggles rather than attacks on your worth. Emotional steadiness earns trust and preserves dignity. The best version of yourself remains balanced amid chaos, responding with thoughtful composure rather than reactive intensity. 8. Commit to continuous self-examination. Marcus Aurelius kept a journal that later became known as his private reflections. Through writing, he evaluated his conduct, corrected his thinking, and renewed his commitment to virtue. Regular self-examination accelerates growth. At the end of each day, review your actions. Identify moments of strength and moments needing improvement. Celebrate progress without arrogance. Acknowledge shortcomings without self-condemnation. Honest reflection transforms mistakes into instruction. Without reflection, days blur together and habits harden unconsciously. With reflection, awareness sharpens and intentional change becomes possible. The best version of yourself evolves continuously because you remain both student and teacher of your own life. 9. Act now without delay. Philosophy holds little value without action. Marcus Aurelius emphasized doing the work in front of you with diligence and integrity. Grand aspirations matter less than daily execution. Speak kindly now. Begin the project now. Repair the relationship now. Waiting for perfect conditions invites stagnation. Momentum builds through immediate effort. Each completed task strengthens discipline. Each courageous action expands confidence. Progress compounds quietly over time. The best version of yourself does not dwell endlessly on theory, but translates wisdom into consistent practice. To become the best version of yourself through the lens of Marcus Aurelius requires no dramatic transformation overnight. It requires steady refinement, govern your thoughts, accept reality, anchor yourself in virtue, welcome hardship, remember mortality, serve others, master emotion, reflect daily, act decisively. Through these principles, you cultivate an inner citadel that no external force can conquer. Your circumstances may rise or fall, yet your character remains steady. Confidence grows from integrity, peace grows from acceptance, strength grows from discipline. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius continue to resonate because they address timeless human struggles: fear, distraction, ego, anger, and doubt. His message encourages responsibility over complaint, action over avoidance, and wisdom over impulse. By applying these lessons consistently, you craft a life defined not by external applause, but by internal excellence. The path toward your highest self stretches across a lifetime. Each moment offers another opportunity to practice. Each challenge invites refinement. Walk that path with courage, humility, and resolve. Within that commitment, you will discover a deeper strength than circumstance can ever provide. If you like today's Stoic lesson, consider subscribing to the channel and hit that like button in order to stay tuned for more. Thank you.